afternoon, dear children. We can continue the lesson oscillations. Okay, last class actually we have discussed about simple harmonic motion and we have learned the expression for velocity of a particle which executes simple harmonic motion. Also, there are expressions for velocity at the mean position and at the extreme position, isn't it? Next, we can find an expression for acceleration of a particle that executes simple harmonic motion. Expression for acceleration of a particle which executes simple harmonic motion or as such. Okay, all of you know the equation for displacement of a particle that executes simple harmonic motion. What is the expression for displacement? X actually we can represent it as A cos omega t plus phi 0. Okay, this is the expression for displacement, isn't it? X equal to A cos omega t plus phi 0. From this, first we can find velocity. You know what is velocity? V actually dx by dt. Rate of change of displacement is actually velocity. V equal to dx by dt. Okay, then instead of x we can substitute A cos omega t plus phi 0. That is equal to d by dt of A cos omega t plus phi 0. So we can differentiate A cos omega t plus phi 0. A is constant, that is taken outside, and differentiation that can be applied to cos omega t plus phi 0. You know the differentiation of cos theta. We have already learned. Differentiation of cos theta is actually minus sin theta. Differentiation of cos theta is actually minus sin theta. But here the angle is not theta. Instead of theta, here we have a omega t plus phi 0. So the differentiation of cos omega t plus phi 0 is actually minus sin omega t plus phi 0. Okay, minus sin omega t plus phi 0. Actually here the differentiation is with respect to time. Okay, so here we have a term which contains time, that is omega t. That thing we have to differentiate again. After differentiating omega t, like this, d by dt of omega t, omega is constant and we have to dt by dt, and this dt dt cancel and the remaining is actually omega. Listen it. So after differentiating that thing, we can write everything together as minus omega sin omega t plus phi 0. That is the differentiation of A cos omega t plus phi 0. So we got minus A omega sin omega t plus phi 0. That is actually velocity V. Minus A omega sin omega t plus phi 0. And so we got the velocity. From the velocity, we can calculate acceleration. How we can calculate acceleration? You know, acceleration is the rate of change of velocity. That is dv by dt. Acceleration is what? Rate of change of velocity. That is A can be represented as dv by dt. Then we can substitute for v. Then d by dt of minus A omega sin omega t plus phi 0. This thing we have to differentiate. D by dt of minus A omega sin omega t plus phi 0. This minus A omega is constant, that is taken out. Then differentiation that can be applied to sin omega t plus phi 0. Okay, sin omega t plus phi 0. You know, differentiation of sin theta is cos theta. Differentiation of sin theta is cos theta. And here the differentiation of sin omega t plus phi 0 is actually cos omega t plus phi 0. Then we have to differentiate this omega t once again. After differentiating omega t, we will get omega. So we got omega cos omega t plus phi 0. Here we have already one omega here. This omega into omega, that is omega square. Then minus A omega square cos omega t plus phi 0. That is actually acceleration A. That is equal to minus A omega square cos omega t plus phi 0. But we know A cos omega t plus phi 0. What is A cos omega t plus phi 0? Actually it is x. So acceleration A can be written as minus omega square x. Instead of a cos omega t plus phi 0, we can write x. So acceleration is actually a equal to minus omega square x. Actually, this is the expression for acceleration of a particle which executes simple harmonic motion. Okay, here we have the displacement x equal to a cos omega t plus phi 0. From the displacement, first we can calculate the velocity. So velocity, you know, v equal to dx by dt, rate of change of displacement. Then instead of x, we can substitute a cos omega t plus phi 0. So we have to differentiate a cos omega t plus phi 0. The a is constant, that is taken out. So we have to differentiate cos omega t plus phi 0. All of you know the differentiation of cos theta. What is the differentiation of cos theta? Actually, it is minus sin theta. Differentiation of cos theta is minus sin theta. But here it is not theta. Instead of theta, we have omega t plus phi 0. So the differentiation of cos omega t plus phi 0 is minus sin omega t plus phi 0. Then we have to differentiate omega t once again. So omega is constant, then differentiation is applied to the time t, so we got dt by dt, that is actually 1, so remaining is omega. So after differentiating cos omega t plus phi 0, we will get minus omega sin omega t plus phi 0. Okay, then putting a, we got minus a omega sin omega t plus phi 0, that is actually velocity. From this velocity, we can calculate acceleration a. You know, acceleration is equal to rate of change of velocity. So actually it is dv by dt. Then instead of v, we can substitute minus a omega sin omega t plus phi 0. Then minus a omega is constant, that is taken out. Then differentiation is applied to sin omega t plus phi 0. All of you know the differentiation of sin theta, that is cos theta. Here instead of theta, we have to write omega t plus phi 0. So the differentiation of sin omega t plus phi 0 is cos omega t plus phi 0. Cos omega t plus phi 0. Then we have to differentiate omega t again. After that, we will get omega. Okay, here already we have a on omega here. Okay, minus a omega. Okay, then this omega into omega, omega square. So we got minus a omega square cos omega t plus phi 0. But you know, a cos omega t plus phi 0 is x. So instead of a cos omega t plus phi 0, we can write x. Then the remaining is minus omega square. So we got acceleration as a equal to minus omega square x. Minus omega square x. Okay, all of you got it? Then we can discuss the special cases. That is, next we have to find the acceleration at the mean position and at the extreme position. Mean position and at the extreme position. You know, now for an oscillating particle, the mean position, what about the displacement? At the mean position, the displacement x equal to 0. Okay, at the mean position, the displacement x equal to 0. So what about acceleration? Here x 0 into omega square is 0. So the acceleration is 0. So at the mean position, the acceleration is acceleration of a particle executing simple harmonic motion is 0. The acceleration of a particle which executes simple harmonic motion, its acceleration at the mean position is what? 0. Isn't it? Then at the extreme position, you know, acceleration, the displacement is equal to the amplitude A. At the mean position, at the extreme position, the displacement is equal to the amplitude A. So what is the acceleration at the extreme position? Actually, it is A equal to minus omega square A. Instead of x, we have to substitute A. Okay, so at the extreme position, it has the maximum acceleration. Okay, when we take the magnitude, actually it is omega square A. Okay, so at the extreme position, the particle that executes simple harmonic motion has maximum acceleration. Okay, all of you got it? At the mean position, the displacement x equal to 0. So the acceleration is 0 at the mean position. Then what about the extreme position? At the extreme position, the displacement is equal to the amplitude. So the acceleration A equal to minus omega square A. That is the maximum acceleration at the extreme position. Next we can discuss about energy in SH. That is the energy of a So the energy of an oscillating particle that executes simple harmonic motion is partly kinetic energy and partly potential energy. Okay, actually we are going to derive an expression for energy of a particle which executes simple harmonic motion. Okay, we have derived an expression for the total energy, that is the mechanical energy of a particle which execute what simple harmonic motion. Actually, the energy possessed by a particle executing simple harmonic motion is partly kinetic and partly potential. Okay, so the mechanical energy is actually the sum of kinetic energy and potential energy, isn't it? Here, although the potential energy and kinetic energy that varies with the time, but its total mechanical energy that remains constant, isn't it? Although the kinetic energy and potential energy that varies with the time, but the mechanical energy that remains constant, isn't it? So, to find the mechanical energy, first we have to derive we have to find an expression for kinetic energy, and next we have to derive an expression for potential energy. Then after that we have to take the sum of these two. So we got, after that we will get what the energy of the particle that execute simple harmonic motion. Listen to it. So first we can find out an expression for kinetic energy. Listen to it. All of you know the equation for kinetic energy. What is kinetic energy? E, actually it is equal to half mv square. Kinetic energy is what? Half mv square. But we have to substitute for velocity. We have to substitute for velocity. Isn't it? We have already derived that expression for velocity. Isn't it? From where we have to we derived actually, first we have to write displacement. Then after differentiating the expression for displacement, we will get what? The velocity. Isn't it? Either we can directly substitute the expression for velocity, or we can we have to first find out the expression for velocity from displacement. Isn't it? Both are correct. Okay. Here we are first find out the expression for velocity from displacement. Isn't it? You know the displacement x equal to what? A cos omega t plus phi 0. That is the expression for displacement. Then what is velocity? This thing we have already learned. Velocity equal to what? Dx by dt. Dx by dt. Then instead of x we can substitute a cos what? Omega t plus phi 0. A cos omega t plus phi 0. Then a is taken out, it is constant. Then differentiation of cos omega t plus phi 0. Differentiation of cos omega t plus phi 0 is actually minus sine omega t plus phi 0. Okay. Then by differentiating omega t again, we will get omega. So actually it is a minus a omega sine omega t plus phi 0. Minus a omega sine omega t plus phi 0. That is the expression for velocity. Then we can substitute kinetic energy E equal to what? Half m v square. That is half m into v square is, we have to square this one. So half m a square omega square, then sine square omega t plus phi 0. That is the square of velocity. Half mv square, half m into velocity is this one, minus a omega sine omega t plus phi 0. That we have to square. So half m a square omega square sine square omega t plus phi 0. Isn't it? And from this, first we take, not to simplify, first we will take what? A square sine square omega t plus phi 0. We can first simplify this one. Okay, a square sine square omega t plus phi 0. Okay, you know sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Okay, sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. From this sine square theta what? 1 minus cos square theta. Okay, 1 minus cos square theta. Similarly, we can write this sine square omega t plus phi 0 as 1 minus cos square omega t plus phi 0. Okay, 1 minus cos square omega t plus phi 0. Then a can be put inside. Then a square minus a square cos square omega t plus phi 0. Okay, a square minus a square a square cos square omega t plus phi 0. But you know what is a cos omega t plus phi 0? Actually it is x. A cos omega t plus phi 0 is x. Here we have a square cos square omega t plus phi 0. So actually it is x square. So a square minus x square. So instead of a square sin square omega t plus phi 0, we can substitute what? A square minus x square. So E equal to half m omega square into a square minus x square. Half m omega square into a square minus x square. Then okay. But you know we already derived the differential equation of SHR. Okay, where we put on substitution. Do you remember that thing? K by m equal to omega square, where we have studied K by m equal to omega square. K by m equal to omega square. Okay, from this omega square m equal to what? K, cross multiplying omega square m equal to K. So here instead of m omega square we can write K. So half K s square minus x square. Half K x square minus x square. Actually this is expression for what? Kinetic energy. This is expression for kinetic energy. Half K s square minus x square. Okay. So to find the energy of a particle that executing simple harmonic motion, actually it is the sum of kinetic energy and potential energy. So first we have to derive the expression for kinetic energy. Okay, all of you know the equation for kinetic energy equal to half mv square. So we have to find, you should know the relation for velocity of the particle executing simple harmonic motion. For that we are first considering the displacement x as a cos omega t plus phi 0. Then velocity is dx by dt. Then d by dt of instead of x, it is a cos omega t plus phi 0. Then differentiating a cos omega t plus phi 0, we will get minus a omega sin omega t plus phi 0. Then you know kinetic energy equal to half mv square. Then half m into v square is a square omega square sin square omega t plus phi 0. Then first we will take a square sin square omega t plus phi 0. If you know sin square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1, then sin square theta equal to 1 minus cos square theta. Similarly, this sin square omega t plus phi 0 can be written as 1 minus cos square omega t plus phi 0. Then taking a into inside, then a square into 1, it is a square minus a square cos square omega t plus phi 0. But you know a cos omega t plus phi 0 is x. So here a square cos square omega t plus phi 0 is actually x square. So we will get a square minus x square. Okay, then we can substitute for a square sin square omega t plus phi 0 as a square minus x square. So E equal to half m omega square a square minus x square. But you know k by m equal to omega square. K by m equal to omega square, from the omega square m equal to k. So here instead of m omega square we can substitute k. So the kinetic energy E equal to half k a square minus x square. Half k a square minus x square. Next we can derive an expression for potential energy. Okay, first we have to derive an expression for what? Potential energy. You know when the displacement of the particle from its equilibrium position is, you know, it is x. The displacement of the particle from the equilibrium position or the mean position is actually x. Okay, suppose when we displace the particle from its equilibrium position or the mean position, a restoring force is developed. That restoring force, you know, F equal to what? Minus kx. We have already learned this one. Okay, when we displace the particle from the mean position, a restoring force is developed in the particle that brings back the particle towards the mean position. That is actually the restoring force. That is, you know, F equal to minus kx. That is the restoring force acting on the particle. That is minus kx. Okay. If we displace the particle further through a distance dx. Okay. If we displace further the particle through a distance of dx, then the work done against the restoring force is, what is the work done against the restoring force? dw is equal to, you know, the work done is force into displacement. That is F into dx. Here the displacement is dx. Here also we are putting a negative sign because the work done is against the restoring force. So dw is equal to minus f into dx. Minus f into dx. Then we can substitute for f as minus kx into dx. So actually we got kx dx. That is the work done to displace the particle through an additional distance of dx. That is actually kx dx. Listen it here, the displacement of the particle from the main position is actually x. Then the restoring force acting on the particle is F equal to minus kx. Then if we displace the particle further through a distance of dx, then the work done against the restoring force is dw is equal to F into dx. Here we are putting a negative sign because the work done is against the restoring force. Then we can substitute for f as minus kx, here minus into minus plus, so we got kx dx. Okay, and next we have to find the total work done to displace the particle from the main position, that is x equal to 0. From the main position to the displacement x, to the position x is, we have to find, okay, the total work done to displace the particle from mean position to the displacement x. For that we have to integrate. We have to integrate. So dw, the total work done, w is equal to integral. Okay, to find the total work done, we have to either we have to take some sigma or we have to take integration. Here we are taking the integration. So w is equal to integral dw. Okay, so integral. Next we have to put the limits, because here the displacement is from 0 to x. So the lower limit is 0 and the upper limit is x. So integral 0 to x. Okay. Then what is dw actually? Kx dx. Kx dx. So here we have to integrate kx dx. K is constant, that is taken out. That is k into integral 0 to x dx. Okay. But you know the general equation for integration. We already learned integral x raised to n dx. What is the equation or formula for x raised to n dx integration? X raised to n dx is actually x raised to n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. That is the standard formula. Okay. Integral of x raised to n dx is x raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1. But here we have integral x dx. Here integral x ds. Then instead of n, here is the power of x is 1. So x raised to 1 plus 1 divided by, here it is 1 plus 1. That is x square by 2. So the integration of x dx is what? X square by 2. X square by 2, then limit 0 to x. Then how we are applying the limits? Actually here the limit is, we have to first apply the upper limit, that minus lower limit. So half k, upper limit is x itself. The x square minus lower limit is 0, that is 0. Half k x square minus 0 is actually half k x square. Actually this is the work done to work done against the restoring force, and this work done is stored in that particle as potential energy U is equal to half k x square. Okay, this is the expression for what? Potential energy, half k x square. Okay, you know the expression for kinetic energy is half k s square minus x square. Half k s square minus x square, but the expression for potential energy is half k x square. Listen it. Here to find the expression for potential energy, we are assuming that the displacement of the particle from the equilibrium position is x. Then the restoring force F equal to minus kx. Next, we displace the particle through an additional displacement of dx. For that, the work done dw is equal to minus f into dx. Here the displacement, so the work done is against the restoring force. So we are putting a negative sign. So it is minus f into dx. Then instead of f, we can substitute kx. Then minus into minus plus, then plus kx dx. Okay. Then the next we have to find the total work done to displace the particle from the mean position, that is x equal to 0 to the position x. So we have to integrate dw. So w is in the integral dw, which is equal to 0 to x kx dx. K is constant getting taken out, then 0 to x dx. All of you know the equation, general equation, x raised to n dx. Actually it is x raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1. Here we have a what x dx, that is x raised to 1 plus 1 divided by 1 plus 1 After that we will get x square by 2. Okay. The integral of x dx is what? X square by 2. Then applying limit 0 to x, upper limit minus lower limit. Upper limit is actually x itself. So half x square minus lower limit is 0. That is 0. So we will get, after applying limits, we will get half k x square. That is the work done against the restoring force. Okay, and this work done is stored in that particle as potential energy U equal to half k x square. Okay. Next we can find the total energy. Okay, total energy, total energy is equal to what? Total energy is sum of kinetic energy and potential energy, that is equal to kinetic energy E plus potential energy U. Okay, you know kinetic energy is half k a square minus x square plus potential energy is half k x square. Potential energy is what? Half k x square. Then we can half k a square minus half k x square plus half k x square. These two cancel and remaining is half k a square. This is the total energy, half k a square. Then instead of k we can substitute what? We know k by m equal to omega square. Then k equal to m omega square. Then instead of k we can write half m omega square a square. This is actually the energy of a particle that executes simple harmonic motion, half k a square or half m omega square a square. Okay, so here the total energy is the sum of kinetic energy and the potential energy. The kinetic energy is actually half k a square minus x square plus potential energy is half k x square. Then we can take half k inside, so half k a square minus half k x square plus half k x square. These two cancel and the remaining is half k a square. But we know k by m equal to omega square. From this k equal to m omega square. So the total energy is either we can write half k a square or half m omega square a square. That is the total energy of a particle that executes simple harmonic motion. Next we can represent the energy of a particle that executes during simple harmonic motion graphically. Okay, how we can represent graphically the variation of kinetic energy and potential energy and then the total energy. You know the expression for kinetic energy is half k a square minus x square and then the potential energy is half k x square. Then we can find out the energy, kinetic energy and potential energy in the mean position. You know in the mean position the displacement x equal to what? 0. So what about the kinetic energy? Mean position, at the mean position displacement x equal to 0, that thing you know. So what about its kinetic energy? Half k a square minus, I have to put x, 0 for x. So it is half k a square, that is the kinetic energy. Then what about the potential energy? It is x, instead of x we have to substitute 0. So it is 0. So at the mean position, the oscillating particle or the vibrating particle possesses only the kinetic energy. Okay, the energy possessed by a particle that executes simple harmonic motion at the mean position is the energy is completely kinetic energy. Okay, so here the potential energy is 0. Then we can find out the energy in extreme position. You know, at the extreme position x equal to what? The amplitude A, maximum amplitude. It is actually plus or minus A. Okay, so what about its kinetic energy? Instead of x we have to substitute A. Then x square is a square, then a square minus a square. Actually it is 0. So at the extreme position, the kinetic energy of the particle is 0. Okay, then what about the potential energy? Instead of x, we have to substitute a. Then half k a square, that is the potential energy. So at the extreme position, the energy is all potential. Okay, at the mean position, the energy is all kinetic, and at the extreme position, the energy is all potential. Okay, all of you got it? Here we know the expression for kinetic energy equal to half k a square minus x square. Then the potential energy is half k x square. Next we have to find the values of both the energies at the mean position and at the extreme position. All of you know at the mean position the displacement x equal to 0. So in the expression for kinetic energy we have to substitute x as 0. So that we will get the kinetic energy half k x square. Then what about the potential energy? It is 0. Putting x as 0, we got the potential energy as 0. So at the mean position, the energy is all kinetic energy. At the mean position, the energy is kinetic energy. Then what about the extreme position? You know, at the extreme position, x equal to A. So kinetic energy equal to half k s square minus putting x as A, it is s square. So we got 0. And what about potential energy? It is half k s square. Okay, so at the extreme position, the kinetic energy is 0 and the vibrating particle has full of potential energy. Listen it. Actually, this graph that shows the variation of kinetic energy, potential energy and total energy with the displacement. Okay. Actually this is the mean position. This mean position actually, at the mean position, what about what about potential energy? It is 0. Actually this curve that represents the variation of potential energy. So at the mean position, it has 0 potential energy. This is mean position, it has 0 potential energy, and at the extreme position, it has the maximum potential energy, and the extreme position, it has the maximum potential energy. Okay, when we consider kinetic energy, at the mean position, it has maximum kinetic energy. At the mean position, it has maximum kinetic energy. Okay, and at the extreme position, it has 0 kinetic energy. These two represents the 0 kinetic energy. Listen it. And but the total energy, this represents the total energy that remains constant. Okay, the total energy that remains what? Constant. Actually this curve represents the potential energy, variation of potential energy. This is actually the mean position. At the mean position, potential energy is 0. Mean position, the potential energy is 0. But at the extreme position, it has maximum potential energy. Listen it. Then mean position, this is actually represents the graph of kinetic energy. At the mean position, what? The kinetic energy is maximum at the mean position, but at the extreme position, it has 0 kinetic energy. Actually that is at the mean position, the mean position, what? The potential energy is 0, and at the extreme position, the kinetic energy is 0. Listen it. That is about the variation of potential energy, kinetic energy and total energy with the displacement that of a particle that executing simple harmonic motion. Listen it. Okay children, and today's class we have learned the expression for acceleration. Next we have derived the equation for kinetic energy, then for potential energy, and about the total energy of a particle that execute simple harmonic motion. Okay children, study well. That is the end of today's class. Thank you.